Hello, guys. Good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on what your time zone is. Today, we're going to be talking about the where statement. So, today, we're going to be talking about the where statement. The where statement basically is a statement that helps you to limit the amount of data that you might need, helping you to narrow down to specifics where you really want information from, because you might be dealing with a particular table that has thousands of rows and maybe you're just looking for some specific things. The where statement actually helps you to narrow down and pinpoint to what you're looking for. So take for example, we have select everything from the employee demographics where, let's say, first name is equal, let's use John. The name, first name is equal John. So let's run this, and as you can see, John's ID, employee ID, is actually 1002. John Bosco, 30 years of age, and he's a male. Now, basically, we're just seeing only one John because in our table we just have only one John. But dealing with thousands of rows of data, probably you might have 5 Johns, 6 Johns, and maybe instead of scrolling for the specific John you're looking for, you can just run this and then you get all the John that you can find. From there, you can query off whatever you want to or get the information you want to get. So you can also do this for last name, not just first name, for any name. Of course, if we run this for John, it's going to come back as no, nothing is coming out because there is no one whose last name is John. But let's try Grace. Is there anybody with the last name Grace? Yes, we have someone with the last name Grace. Victoria Grace 1009 is her ID. She's 33 years old and she's a female. So it helps us to narrow down our information. We can also use the where statement and say, let's say we want to get some numeric values. What we just did are for strings, meaning for words or for letters. They are also called strings. What if we want to use this for integers, which are numbers? We can say where, let's say age is an integer, where age is let's say greater than 30. So let's run this. So, and it gives us back the data of employees whose age are greater than 30, not at 30 but greater than 30. And if you look at it from their age, we have 31, 34, 35, 32, 33, 45. Now, this greater than simply means it's not supposed to start from 30, it's just from 30 and above. And if we want to include 30, all we just need to say is greater than or equal to, just like how we do it in mathematics. Greater than or equal to 30. Now it's going to populate or give us back information with employees who have the age 30 together with those ones who are higher. We can also do less than, people's age who are less than 30, and then people who are less than 30 is just 2. So we have the 29 and the 28. That's for Ifeoluwa and also Eric Simpa. We can do the same thing and say less than or equal to, so it can include those people who are actually 30 years of age, and then you see the populated information there. Now let's say we don't want people. We want all the data to be returned, but we don't want people whose age are 30. You can just say greater than, less than. They cancel out each other. Basically, this is trying to say I don't want to see anyone with the age 30. And so if you run this, you get all this. And as you can see from our age column, there is nothing that's having there's no employee that's having the age 30. All right, so we can also do use the AND statement. Now the AND statement also helps in narrowing down. So we can say where age let's say age is greater than 32, yeah, and then we can say and gender. We can say and first name equals something, and gender equal let's say male. So basically what we want to know, get information in the employee demographics table where the ages of the employee has to be greater than 32 and their gender has to be male. So we're just looking for male employees who are greater than 32. And if we run this, we just have two people. We have Yahya Abdul, who is 35 years old, and Zuma, who is 45 years old. And as you can see, both of them are male. There's no female attached. And if we want to run for female, we can just say female and then run this. Let's see. Okay, so we have two females also whose age are greater than 32 and are also female at the same time. So we have Sarah Ade, 34, Victoria Grace, 33. So it gives us a nice information. We can also do less than, and it will give us okay, let's run this. Oh, this is greater than. Let's do less than. So less than 32 years of age. All right, so people who are less than 32 years of age and are also female, this is the number. So we just have two of them, Elizabeth Sunday and also Ife Olua. So we can also use this where statement. Let's say it's where we can say last name like S. Let's say the last name is last name like S. So what this is trying to say is, in the last name, anybody whose first letter of their last name starts with S. Okay, so we have Solo starting with an S, Simpa starting with an S, and also Sunday starting with an S. So we can also do this for first name. So first name, let's run this. First name, so let's run this. Is there anybody with the name S? Yes, so we have just one person, who is Sarah. All right, so with this we can also say where the first name like S, and in the middle of everything, maybe let's say we can have like an R. Let's say an R. So we have to put this percentage sign just to make R to be in the middle. It doesn't have to be the end. So if we execute this, it's still going to give us Sarah, because right in the middle of Sarah we have an R. All right, so we can use this to actually get specific names of maybe employee names that have some specific letters. Maybe we're trying to specify something, so it's good that way. There's something we didn't do. Let's go back to age, where age let's say is greater than 32, and then and. Now instead of using and, we'll use the word or gender is equal is equal, let's say a female. Oops. Oh my god. So let's say a female. So let's run this. All right, so what this statement is saying, and if you look at it, we're saying greater than 32, so we're not supposed to be saying things like 25 or 30. We're not supposed to be saying it. But why are we saying it though? It's because of the statement. So and is basically trying to like add up. When we ran that of and, it was so when we ran the statement of and, it was saying, okay, let me just do it so you get what I'm saying. So let me pick this and paste it here. So this will be and let me run only this. So if I should run this, we'll see that we're having a clear difference. What this is saying is select everything from employee demographics where the age is greater than 32. So it has to satisfy that the age must be greater than 32, and also those people must be females. They have to just be females. Other than that, we don't want anything else. That's where the and comes in. But the or is actually different. The or is kind of like giving us two options. So it's either you return back ages that are greater than 32, or just return back people, genders that are females, employee that are females. And if we run this all together, we discover that it's actually giving us the two queries that we actually put in place. So the first query is get me ages that are 32. So we're having 34 here, 35 here, 33 and 45. Now the next one I said or gender female. So if we look at all the ones that actually do not meet the requirements for 32, which is 30, is actually a female. Coming down to 25 is actually a female. So actually this statement has given us all that we are asking of it. So let's talk about the null statement. So where, let's say first the first name is null. So where the first name is null, let's see if it will bring out something for us. It's not going to bring out anything. So there are actually no null values, and this is because if we take a look at what we have here from our select statement, actually we can see that 10th person is actually null. But the null is not just null on its own. It's not really empty. It has the word null. So the only way we can get it back is to say where the first name equal null. And if we run this, that's when we get Zuma back. So this null here is actually a string, letters that are imputed. It's not just empty on its own. So that's why it's not returning back any null for us. But null basically is talking about columns that are actually null, meaning there is nothing in that particular space. But since there's something in there, it's going to return nothing because no actual row in the first name is null. So we can also say it's not null. I'm supposed to put the not first. Is not null, and if we run this, it's going to bring back everything back for us. And the reason is because there are no null tables. So you either use the ones that are null, or you come up with those ones that are not null. So that's basically the difference. We are still going to be using the null and not null in future videos. But now let's talk about the in. So the in value, or the in statement rather. So we have in. The in statement rather, it's kind of like the equal statement. With equal, you're just doing one thing, right? You're just saying where this is equal to this, and it works. But what if you want to have like multiple names? So you can say where first name in, then you open a parenthesis, the first one, John, and then you put a comma. The second one, who do we know again? Let's say Victoria. Let's add another person. Let's say no. And if we run this, we're just getting 3 people back due to their first name. We wanted John, we wanted Victoria, and we wanted no. So basically that's how you use the in statement, and it's very, very good, because when you're trying to like narrow down some information, you can use this query and just get your piece of information. Well, that's it for today. If you like this content, please do well to like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share this video to anyone. If you want this particular table, okay, I'm going to leave it in the description below, and in the next video we're going to be talking about the group by statement and the order by statement. So see you on the next video.